Hey there. Today's adventure is going to involve a city bike, which are bikes that are available all over New York City at these kiosks for rental. I just paid 12 bucks for a day's worth, and I'm gonna go out and have some fun. I am gonna head about 6 miles into Manhattan, which is that way right now, this particular ride. And not only am I going 6 miles into Manhattan, I am going to travel back in time about 150 years. So follow me, we're gonna have fun. Hey, don't tell my mom. I am riding my bike through Manhattan without a helmet and distracted riding. All right, folks, here we are. 71 8th Avenue between 13th and 14th Streets in Manhattan. That little storefront there, 160 years ago, from 1855 to 1860, my great-great-grandfather, Peter Van Dyke, had a dry goods store there. He had a young family. In 1858, my great-grandfather, Alexander Scott Van Dyke, was born while his father owned this dry goods store. My nephew Alex is named after my great-grandfather, Alexander Scott Van Dyke. So pretty cool to be here in Manhattan, where my family has some history. Now we're going to take a walk about 250 feet north of here to where my grandfather moved his store in 1860. All right, this is not too far a trip. We were just back there, about the 4th building south there. The red one is 71 8th Avenue, where Peter Van Dyke had his dry goods store from 1855 to 1860. And then in 1860, 2 years after Alexander was born, he moved his dry goods store up here to about 97 8th Avenue. That's 99 at the end of the block there. So 97 8th Avenue was where his dry goods store was from 1860 to 1875. So the family would have been here for about 20 years, carrying on life and their business. A little north of there now, there's a little company called Google. So obviously a popular place to be. Alexander went off to seminary, became a missionary to China, and eventually, when he was about 50 years old, he returned to Manhattan. And about 3 miles north of here, the story continues. I'll be right back. Now in 1912, a 29-year-old Bertha Tam lived here at 153 62nd Avenue, or 67th Street, sorry. Big difference between streets and avenues here in New York City. She was 29, and apparently somehow she met Alexander Scott Van Dyke, and he was 53, and they decided to get married. So this is where Bertha Tam lived, and they got married about a mile north of here. We're going there next. And our little tour of Manhattan ends here at the Madison Avenue Presbyterian Church, where in 1912 Alexander Scott Van Dyke married Bertha Tam in June of 1912. Lovely church here in the Upper East Side. Let's see, behind me back there, yeah, there's Central Park back there. So I've had a lot of fun today tracing my family's roots. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm still having fun.